Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Tam Psych Advice. Today we're going to talk about defensiveness. Do you ever get defensive about things? It seems like I have lately, and I don't know if I've always been defensive or if this is just something new. I once heard someone say that they lived on Defensive Boulevard, and I thought that was really funny. And I think this is something that you have to be really careful about. So it's like, do you have the right to be defensive about certain things? Am I, as an ENFJ, taking certain scenarios and blowing them up and making them bigger than what they are? I always think it's important to try to self-reflect and really step back out of the situation, maybe get an opinion from somebody else that you trust, because you don't want to be one of those people that's so defensive that it's like it's not even worth trying to explain to somebody. I've definitely had people to take something that I've said out of context. I mean, completely out of context. And I'm like, that's not what I meant at all. But I can tell that the person is so defensive that there's no use in even trying to explain myself because they're already locked into their way of thinking, probably because of other reasons or other things or how they've been treated by people. I definitely think I am more defensive lately, heightened defensiveness. And so I know that I need to be a little bit more careful with that. So, what is defensiveness? It's behavior intended to defend or protect. Defensive behaviors are common responses when people feel personally attacked, but it can undermine our ability to identify problems and find solutions. So, with the whole pandemic thing that we've had, people are going into fight or flight. That's why you see so many people fighting on airplanes and just acting crazy. I can't have my way, or whatever the case may be, whatever that is. And so I think they say that our fight or flight has been activated. And so that's why you see people acting out of character. And what is fight or flight? It's the distinctive physiological response to a threatening situation, which readies a person to either resist forcibly or to run away. And so you can see this activated in so many people. And I definitely feel like I have been able to stand up for myself as an ENFJ a lot better since the pandemic than I normally can. And I didn't realize, okay, this is what's going on, because I feel like I'm ready to step into this argument. Instead of trying to avoid it or go around it, it's like I'm going to defend myself. But it's because we've all had that activated. So the scenario that I was just talking about, where you can take something and blow it out of proportion, make it bigger than what it really is, that definitely happened to me recently and left me confused. I was having a conversation with someone, and it's like they hijacked the conversation in a disrespectful way, and then they proceeded to take over the next 30 minutes talking about what I could do for their situation to make it better for them. And it was kind of like, okay, you're disregarding, the issue that's going on in my situation. It's like that doesn't really matter as long as I can figure out something that will serve serve myself. That's all that I'm concerned with. And, I was just kind of like, wow, like, does this person realize that they're doing this? Where it's like all about them. You're not considering me at all. And so I found myself very defensive. And I don't know if the person was just innocent or if they were just being very blunt about how they felt. I think human behavior can be interesting at times. I can see people fighting for what they want, standing up for what they believe in, not what they believe in, because I think that's okay. I think that's how we make our world better. We may not agree, we may disagree with each other on certain things, but I do think it's okay to stand up for what you believe in. What I'm talking about is this lane of just there's like a selfish intent. Like, I want my way. It doesn't matter if I'm stepping on you to get what I want, or offending you, or putting you out of your way, or creating an issue for you. As long as I win, that's all that matters. And I just find that problematic, you know? I think we have to be aware of what we do and how we do it and how it impacts other people. And I'm talking about specific, scenarios, not global ones. I'm talking about, you saw that dress first, but I'm coming over and I'm gonna snatch it before you can get it. I'm talking about just personal situations where it's like, I will fight to get what I want, even if it means that you lose, even if it means that it puts you in an uncomfortable situation, even if it means you lose all your money because I'm trying to get mine. That type of selfishness. So I don't know if I'm justified in feeling defensive about certain situations lately. I think when it comes to friendships, my expectations are maybe unreasonably high at times from what I expect, how I expect to be treated. I have to realize that sometimes people are in a bad mood. Sometimes people are frustrated. Sometimes people don't always act perfectly, and they're going to hurt your feelings sometimes unwittingly, maybe sometimes on purpose. I don't know. My INTJ mother always says a friend is a friend is a friend. I mean, that's her philosophy, because she's like, people do things sometimes. You have to overlook some things, forgive people, not make a big deal out of little things. But I think, as an ENFJ, maybe I'm a little bit more sensitive than, she's sensitive too at times, but maybe I'm a little bit more sensitive to smaller things that she tends to let go of or not make a big deal of. So you let me know in the comments, do you get defensive, or do you find yourself getting defensive lately? And who do you feel defensive towards? Is it a friend? Is it a spouse? Is it a family member, a neighbor? And do you feel like it's justifiable at times to be defensive or not? And like I said, it's one of those areas that I want to be careful in, because I've seen people take my words and totally twist them into something that was not meant at all. So please make sure you like this video, subscribe, share it with people that you think will like it, and definitely check out my book on love. Sometimes this is an area where a lot of people can get defensive. It's called Flip the Script on Love by Tamara Zyon, and it's on Amazon. And I think it will really help you in your love relationships, and you can also see kind of how I think about love and how to heal from it when you're brokenhearted. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.